Are you tired of not being able to find products even though you really want to start Amazon FBA? Well, I'm going to help save you. And today I'm going to go through how you can find your first product in 2025 selling on Amazon. So my name is Zach and I am the owner of SS University, a community that teaches selling on Amazon. And me, myself, I also sell on Amazon and I've done some sick results like this in the past few weeks. And I've managed to find products which have generated me thousands of pounds a month. And I'm going to show you my secret strategy today. So a lot of you are struggling with finding your first product, and finding your first product is so important. You don't really want to get that wrong, because if you do, it sets a lot of people back and then you might get a little bit of uncertainty about whether this actually does work. So I want to help you actually find success with your first product. My first product was actually a shower gel and I was buying it for around £25, selling it for around £55. And this helped me discover that Amazon FBA actually works. And I managed to find this through various methods that I'm going to show you today. Now, the difference one good product can make to your store is also very big. If you find a good product, you can generally keep on stocking that up each month. Sometimes it might be a quick flip, but the aim is you want to keep stocking that up, and also you want to use that product to find more products as well. So I'm going to show you in a few steps through software and through Amazon itself how you can find your first product. So let's get straight into it. So the first and most important thing is understanding product criteria. Now, the one thing that you want to do when you're selling a product on Amazon is look for products that have high demand, so they've got decent sales per month. However, this needs to be in comparison to the amount of sellers that are selling this product. Remember, when we're selling on Amazon as a beginner, we're looking to resell branded items and join other sellers on listings. Now, you don't want to be on a product where it's only selling maybe 100 times a month, but there's thousands of sellers, for example. Of course, that doesn't happen, but we want to focus on products which have low competition on them, but still have a good enough demand for us to come in, fulfill those orders, and be able to get a good share and a good profit out of these listings. Now, another thing is we also want it to be a decent amount of profit and hit a 30% ROI minimum target. However, as a beginner, I would advise you going for at least 40 or 50% return on investment, meaning that if you spend £1,000, you will be getting £400 or £500 profit back from your product. And this will help you scale a lot faster and actually see better results a lot earlier. Now, with beginner models such as online arbitrage, which as you know is buying from websites, buying online, often you won't be able to buy that many units of a product. So you'll be looking at maybe buying 3 or 5 units, maybe 10 max. So what you want to do, this also links to having high profit. You want to look for items that maybe might be more than £5 profit per unit or £4 profit, because then if you bought 5, that's just a bit above £25, which is good. However, imagine if you go for £1 profit, you're only going to find products that have essentially got £5 worth of profit for the month. In my opinion, you might as well just go back and work your job. So you want to look for higher profit items as a beginner. This will help you a lot. And often these sell for a lot more on Amazon. So you only need to buy 1 or 2 and you've probably made £50 to £100, for example. Now, in terms of the software that you need to find a good product, you need 2 softwares. One is called SellerAmp, SaaS. And if you want a link to the discount for that, I've got a 50% off code. Just comment the word SAS. And also Keepa, which helps you actually find the product. SellerAmp just helps you to analyze the deals and work out how much profits you're going to make and other sellers and so forth. And Keepa actually helps you find products and do a lot more deeper analysis into it. So when we want to find the product, that analysis part always should come first. And there's so many different ways to analyze products. But if you just remember low competition, high demand, or somewhere in the mid-range, you'll be able to get good product. Don't go for anything that has loads of competition, whether that's sellers having loads of stock. You want to go for stuff that has minimal competition so that you can capitalize. Even if it sells 5 times a month, imagine there's no one on there, you can still capitalize off that. Now, another thing you want to be careful of is selling products you're not allowed to sell. So for example, there's something called intellectual property and also private label. And what that is where brands actually protect their items on Amazon. And what you need to be able to do is be able to spot that. Now, the softwares will alert you of that. So if you know how to have a look at the software, you'll be able to be alerted, but you need to make sure that you don't sell these types of products, because Amazon will issue you a warning and you may have your account at risk of deactivation, or you might even get in legal trouble. So you just need to make sure that you look at the software, you ask in a community, for example, but it's not that difficult. Don't get scared. It will pop up and it will flag up if it is IP. Usually the way you can tell is if the brand seller is actually selling the product on Amazon. So if you look at the page on Amazon and it has a brand name on it, then you know that this person or this brand is on the listing. If you sell on it, likely you'll get the complaint, and usually they are the only seller on the listing. So you want to be careful of that. So the one way to actually start finding products is to actually go through the best sellers page on Amazon and try and look for other sellers stores. So this is one really good beginner method, but you need to know which stores to look at and which products to find. So I'm going to show you me actually going through this so that you can copy it and do the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to head to the best sellers page on Amazon. And as you can see here, we've we've got a load of different categories. And now this is something other people also talk about. What categories should I be selling? Now, my opinion is all the categories are good to sell. If you know how to analyze products and you just make sure you stay away from the IP complaints, the PL alerts, you also make sure that they have low competition. For example, you can sell clothes, you can sell electronics. People tell you to avoid these, but to be honest, you can still sell them. And often where there is avoidance, there's often success and gold is found. So what you want to do is you want to select the category. So as a beginner, a good category to start off with a lot of the time is beauty. Beauty's got a lot of products, but what you want to do is you want to try and maybe niche down, for example. So if we have beauty, I'm going to click on beauty to the left, as you can see, it will come up with a load of different subcategories within beauty. So for example, we've even got fragrances, we've got hair care, we've got makeup. So maybe let's try fragrances as a beginner, because fragrances are often quite high priced as well. So why don't we have a look at fragrances? Because will there likely be higher profit? Potentially yes. And then what you want to do is you want to scroll through the listings that are on Amazon, and we want to select the ones that actually have a few sellers on here. So for example, if we were to click on this product here, we want to select on a listing where it shows us that there are multiple sellers. The way you see this is on this box here on Amazon, it shows you other sellers on Amazon here, and you want that to have maybe more than 5 or 10, and you're looking for other prime sellers. So what you want to do is you want to click on here and you want to filter prime, and then you want to find other prime sellers. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to find a prime seller store. So for example, we'll click on this person here, and what we want to do is we want to click visit storefront. Now when we visit the storefront, this is where we basically want to go through these products and we want to copy and paste them into Google and find them for cheaper. So this is one really good method to start with, and there's a few intricacies that we can add and you can learn about, for example, in our community and through other features such as in the Discord, for example. But this is a really good way to just start seeing what products are good, seeing what products sell, learning about the process on selling on Amazon yourself, and just having a feel for how you can actually find products. So this is one way that I recommend you start, and any of you can do this today. So my advice to you is after this video, go off and copy exactly what I've done and see what you can find. And if you find anything, do drop me a message and tell me about how you did. So once you have done this, what is the next step for you? So the next step for you is to actually look to go and maybe purchase some of these products. Obviously, make sure that you have your Amazon account set up, you have your software. If you want to know more about analysis and actually learn my analysis blueprint, this is something that, to be honest, I only really share to a certain select of students through one-to-one mentoring, for example, because it's a very golden method. And as you know, like what I said before, the very more advanced methods are best kept for, scarcity. These methods can be shared, and I wouldn't say that everyone's doing them. Of course, this method, there's so many different products on Amazon, so this will always lead you to something. One thing people will say is, oh, isn't this saturated if everyone watches this video? No, not really, because there's so many different niches, there's so many different products. So someone might choose fragrances, someone might go and choose garden, someone might go and choose bath and body, for example. So these definitely aren't saturated. I still do this myself. It's maybe just stringing all the pieces together in terms of your analysis and all of these things and making the final decision that you may need help on. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you put this into practice. And if you've got any questions, make sure to comment them below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be dropping more gems like this. And I hope to see you all soon.